What's good? It's Brooklyn boys.
Radio back again with another episode.
This guy's crazy, man.
What's good, people?
What's good, man? Shout out to Woodstack real quick.
Shout out to the Wood Steezy, my guy Tico. Shout out to Swizzle.
Yeah, Suave in the building. Suave got hurt last week. He did the most dumbest shit I ever seen in my life.
What'd you do? What you gonna do, Suave?
Nigga said he got hit by a car last week, or he was in an Uber and got hit.
You got hit in the Uber.
And then the nigga
You
said,
got some paper coming, baby.
that maybe not. This nigga gonna talk about he got out the Uber, didn't call no police, and then just went to the hospital on his own later. I said, yo, you gotta get that police report, my brother.
Okay, I was about to say, I guess Suave don't need no paper.
His x-rays came back, though. He's fucked up, too.
Oh, word? Oh, man.
Yeah, he got a couple bulging discs. And
Yo, was not in that car with you?
Suave got hurt, so shout out to Swizzle. I know y'all never see him, but yeah, he got hurt, did some stupid shit, jumped out the Uber, and then went to the hospital. Don't ever get out the Uber, nigga.
Hell no.
Wait till police come, get that police
take a nap.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, but his x-rays, he showed me the x-ray shit yesterday. I was like, damn, they fucked you up for real. Here it is. I was getting on his ass the other day because I'm like, yo.
You were getting on his ass.
Come on, man.
Wow.
This ain't Cam and May show, bro. We from Brooklyn. I told you
Yo,
stop
bro,
that shit.
I ain't say nothing. I just repeated what you said. You were getting on his ass. How interesting.
Yeah, guys, it's crazy. We got to stop all this Paul shit, B.
I ain't say Paul.
Especially when you know you got a heterosexual male sitting next to you. Like, why we playing Pauls?
I did not say pause. You said pause.
Whatever. I know what you meant, man.
I didn't know what you meant.
You know something? Fuck Suave in his x-rays. How about that? We're not even talking about Suave no more. You make me feel like I can't even talk about let the people know about Suave, man. Like, what's going on?
No, I didn't want you to talk about getting on his ass.
Oh, my goodness. What? The way you make it sound so crazy, bro.
That's how you said it. But anyway, yo, Suave, feel better, man.
Yeah, feel better, Swizzle. Like, yeah, just feel better. How about that? Oh, my God. So what's up, man?
I'm chilling. I'm on my Omar Little from The Wire. I got my black trench on, you know. Got my black Scully.
Ready to clap somebody?
Rest in peace, Michael K. Williams.
What is shotgun at?
Omar coming.
Yo, shout out to Michael K. Williams, man. Michael K. Williams was definitely a cool guy. Remember we had dinner with him one night?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely cool, down that old brother, Brooklyn dude. You know, shout out to Michael K. Williams.
You can't shout him out. You have to say rest in peace. Stop shouting out dead people, bro.
Man, I don't believe
This
that.
guy always shouting out.
I don't know how you always say that, but rest in peace, Michael K. Williams. Like, you got me feeling crazy. Shout out to Sean, man. Him and
Sean P.
No, not Sean.
No,
P.
not Sean P.
Teddy Sean.
Yeah.
We they was like brothers, man. You know what I mean? That was funny because we just had brought Sean with us. Where was that? When we had the dinner.
It was at Julon.
Oh, Julon. Yeah. And Sean just happened to be with us that day. He wasn't supposed to be with. He just happened to be with us. And then
he wasn't supposed to.
It was me, you, Teddy, and Soup. And Sean was with us, and they saw each other. It was like two brothers reuniting and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So
reunited and it feels so good.
Here we go, bro. Yeah. So shout out to Sean. I talked to Sean today. I was sitting talking to Sean about like what new car I should buy. I feel like I need a new car.
Oh man.
And I'm like, yo, what I should
Ballin'!
Nah, it ain't that. You know,
you about to jump in a spaceship?
Yo, listen, you know me. I don't like paying no car notes, bro. My car is paid off. I drive that shit to the wheel fall off. So to me. But I think it's time. And, you know, Sean is my car guy. He know everything about cars. So I just say, yo, Sean, what should I get? You know, I like trucks. I don't like sitting on the floor. And I was like, I want to get something.
I used to love SUVs. It's like a living room on wheels.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting something more, you know, luxury, you know what I mean, than what I have now.
You know what's so crazy about the luxury thing? Yo, these days, like all cars are luxurious, man.
Yes.
You notice that?
And I seen some off-brand car like the
Genesis.
The Genesis. Yeah. Right. It's my homegirl got one.
Strife got one.
Oh, it's beautiful inside. It got everything inside.
Yeah, he got the SUV.
He got everything inside.
They got that long LCD on the dash.
Got everything inside. So saw something like that, and I was like, I don't know about that. But I said, Sean, what I should get? So Sean was like, yo, get the range. I was like, yeah, but they got problems. He said, yo, just lease it. Don't buy it this way, and lease it close to the date that the warranty will be up before
Expire,
that.
yeah.
He said, just lease the shit.
Because the range will give you some issues, bro. But
He's
but it's a beautiful truck.
Yeah, he said that's what he said. He said
beautiful truck.
he was like that or the Benz. What's the box Benz joint? You can
Oh,
tell
the G-Wagon.
The G-Wagon. He said get the G6.
Those, yeah, but those are up there.
He said that's like 200.
Yeah, those are
Right.
up there.
I said, how much is the range? The range. He
Like
said,
a buck.
He said,
wait, all depends on.
which range? He said, but the difference between the G. See, I'm learning
You
from
could pay
Sean.
like $150, $160
Hold
for
up.
that range, too.
Yeah, but what he was saying about the G-Wagon, he said they come this one. He said once you buy one, it just come that way. And he said they got a lot of, they don't have a lot of computer parts in it because they make it still to the original.
It's simple.
It's simple, like when they first had it out in Germany, right? So he's like, the range just give you more luxury.
I was about to say, the only thing I don't like about the G-Wagon, it's small inside.
And he was like, the range that give you, you could buy the long one, I guess, with the longer chassis, and you could put what you want. You could put what type of engine, what type of interior, so the price can be different for you. He said with the G-Wagon, the price ain't gonna be different. So I said to him, so what about like a Maybach truck? Because I don't like sedans. He said, that's dope too. I would go with the Maybach or the Range. He said, well, you know what you really should try? Got to be dope, and it's not expensive as both of those. So what? He said the BMW truck. So he sent me a picture of it. It looked like my Durango. It looked like my Durango. It's
I know what one he's talking about.
I'm 7 something. I forgot what it's called.
It's the X7.
Yeah. So he was like, yo, and it got some real nice features in there. He said that costs you a little over $1. It won't cost you like in a high buck. It'll cost you like a little over $1 to get that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, that's dope. So yeah, I'm car shopping, and hopefully I have some by the summertime.
Styles about to jump in a spaceship, call him
know.
Marvin the Martian.
Yeah, I don't know. So if y'all know any cars that I should get, that's a truck. I don't like Suburbans, Cadillac. I just feel like they're too big, especially for New York City.
You know the spaceships come with women.
That I heard that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I definitely heard.
Spaceships come with a whole roster.
I heard that. I heard. I always tell you, it's so funny. I bought a house first, and I told you all the time. I bought that house thinking that.
Smart move.
Yeah, but I was thinking I was gonna get more women because of the house. Niggas get more women because of the spaceship.
These
than the
days,
house. It's crazy.
These days, you have a spaceship and a mattress on the floor. It's crazy. That just doesn't make sense, but you be all right.
You be all right? Mattress on the floor and have a spaceship outside.
Yeah.
Sounds
you
about
have
right.
one of the mattresses like in the secret tunnels that in the synagogues.
Oh, we about to get to that.
Yeah.
We about to get to that. Yeah. So if y'all know any good SUVs, I was also thinking about the i8. No, the Audi.
Oh, the A8.
The A8, something like that.
It's a nice car.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but it still kind of sit low to me.
Well, see, me personally, I like those big sedans. Like, I like the Audi A8s. I like the S-Class. I like the BMW 7 Series. But the BMW 7 Series goes down in value too quick for me. Like, within a year, lose like $35,000, $40,000 in value. That's actually one of the fastest depreciating in value vehicles.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna lease whatever I'm gonna buy because I own the other car, so you know what I mean. I might as well just.
Why not?
And I ain't gonna put too much miles on it.
And I mean, if you want to switch it up when the next model comes, they give you the new one. So.
Yeah. And that's what I was waiting for, but the new model to that car ain't coming out until 2026, and I don't think I'm gonna wait till 2026. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all wish me luck, bro.
Good luck.
We'll see what happens this summer, God willing, man. God willing. What else is going on, man? That's it for my week, man. It ain't too crazy. I got a couple crazy stories. You might get into that too. Anything we should know about you this week, bro?
Nah, I'm just out here doing what it do.
That's it?
That's it, bro.
Nothing exciting?
Nothing exciting.
I feel like you're holding back on this.
I'm not holding back nothing. I'm just out here.
So why are you smiling like that?
I'm always smiling.
Nah, you never been. Yo, niggas said you smile more than you ever smile on this show, though.
Yeah, pretty much.
You never smiled before, bro.
It
You
is
never
what
was
it
like a
is.
happy nigga, bro.
No, it had nothing to do with me not being. This show was recorded with us here. You and I both know that amongst us, I always smiled. I just didn't smile out in the open, like for people that don't know me. Like, you understand what I mean? But there's shows being recorded amongst my peoples. Why wouldn't I smile?
You look good when you smile. Smile more often, man, when you outside.
Yeah.
This dude is a good animal. Yeah, a good animal. Well, we're going to jump into this right quick. And I might as well just start the show off with Lil Nas X because I don't know what's happening, man. I heard a report the other day that Lil Nas X was giving his life to Christ, giving his life over to God. And I was like, man, that sounds like a good thing,
And you
bro.
believed it.
And he said, well, I don't, listen, man. Today's a Thursday that we happen to be shooting on today, so it's not Friday. So he says he's going to drop some news about what the industry is behind. He said he's not going anywhere without police with him because he's afraid that somebody might try to kill him because he's going to expose the industry. He said he had to put out his own album this time because the labels didn't want to mess with him because he changed his music up. And I'm like, okay, he putting out more Christ music, more like gospel type of music.
Now, something
Hold up,
doesn't
that's
make
why I just want to finish up here. Then I saw a video with like him, like blasphemy with like Jesus and God and Moses. I saw clips of it. So I'm like, what's happening here? So I was getting excited because I felt like, yo, he wilded out with the whole devil going down the hell, giving the devil head, all kind of crazy stuff. And I thought he was like trying to really clean up, but it don't look too. We'll come back next Friday and tell you, but you know, whatever.
Something that doesn't make sense if, you hire security because you're afraid that whatever you're going to reveal is going to make them do something to you, but you're giving them a heads up that you're about to reveal. Like, that makes no sense. I mean,
yeah, no, it doesn't. I was just being hopeful that the boy had came to his senses and like straightened himself up, but from the clip that I see today, I don't know.
I think it's all a game, man.
Yeah, I think it's a game to this young man, which is sad in itself. But yeah, I was hopeful, Mo. I was really hopeful that the guy was really, do what he's,
Yeah, because coming up, one thing that our parents made sure that was deep rooted in us is don't play with God, man. Don't play with the Lord. You can play with everybody else, just don't play with the Lord.
It's so funny. This is kind of left field. In that Cat Williams interview, it was a partner interview where he had said, like he's an atheist, but he said he's the only atheist that when he went outside, he always wanted to be friends with God. That was what he was striving for. He said that's why he basically adopted kids because he just felt like God, even though he believed in God, he felt like God would honor that. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny, even an atheist could go, I don't believe in God, but I still want to do the right thing. This kid right here, he just bugged, and bugged out.
Like, with Cat, I think the atheist thing is just simply, I don't believe in this man-made idea of what this force is that controls the universe, but I'm aware that there are positive energies and negative energies, so I want to do whatever. So I don't know. I think it's the word God for Cat, right? But by how he chooses to live his life, by what he's saying, he still operates righteously, which shows the belief in a higher power.
Yeah, because he even talked in that interview real quick, not to take it off of Nas, but Nas X, this is to be clear who we're talking about. He did say, yo, every time I get paid in the show, I leave 10% tithing in every city I go, and that's a principle of the Bible. So once again, he knows principle, and he still try to follow behind those principles as much as possible. It sounds like to me, but you got people out here that just want to make a mockery of God and make a mockery of the religion and whatnot. So listen, man, I hope when this video drops tomorrow, the boy doing the right thing, but I don't know. I saw the clip today. I don't know, Mo. Seemed like a bad bag of dope to me.
Question.
What's up?
Is there any difference between what he's doing and Nas carrying the cross in the Hate Me Now video? And also being up on the cross.
Nas carrying the cross on the Hate Me Now video, I think was a little disturbing for me back then. What I saw today, the clips that I saw today, and I haven't seen it in its whole entirety, but the clips that I saw today was like 10 times worse than that.
And I guess also what you're saying is you didn't feel that Nas was making a mockery.
No, I didn't think he was.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't think
I
he
didn't
making
feel
mockery.
Nas was making a mockery of it either.
I didn't think he was making mockery. I was just like, why you had to do that? That
Wasn't that
necessary.
why they said that Diddy beat up Steve Stout or something like that? Because they actually, I think, they had him on the cross too, and they didn't. He wanted them to edit it. I don't remember. That was so long ago.
Yeah. I know it was something like that over that video. I don't really know the whole story. But yeah, like back then I was like we don't play with that. Like, why would you do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? But nowadays people just taking it to a whole nother level. I just think as the world turns, shit just get more drastic and more worse every day. So who am I?
I heard somebody say that that's what's missing in the last 20 years is the spirituality in this last generation. That, you know, we grew up in a time where even if we didn't pray, our parents and our grandparents prayed for us. You know, the people in our families prayed for us. But we're coming up in a time where these young parents don't know God, right? And they don't really have any spirituality to even instill in their kids, or for the kids to grow up in a home where God plays a part in that home.
It's funny that you kind of say that, right? I think we like spoiled brats. And when I mean we, I mean our generation. Like, not spoiled in the sense like we got spoiled.
We had everything.
I mean in the sense of, I won't even say spoiled, we defiant. And what I mean by that is everything that we didn't like, we made our children not like. To some degree, most of us, right? And what I mean like this, if you didn't like church or going to church every weekend, like I had to go to Sunday school, I maybe wasn't hard on my daughter to go to Sunday school because I'm like, I ain't like that neither. Like, I ain't making her get up to do that all the time. You know, if you were broke and you felt like you was living poor, you went out, and now you see a lot of parents, they buy their daughters and sons Gucci this, Fendi that. They gotta have the latest shoes. When our parents was like, yo, I'm gonna give you what I can afford to give you and not break my pocket and still make sure you have a roof over our head. I think our generation, we try to make up for lost things that we didn't get. And that's why this generation, even though we might still have principles, I don't think we were hard on our kids like our parents before us were hard on us.
I don't know, because the one good thing I could say about our generation is that I think that most of the people around me can say that their children grew up in better conditions than they did, for one, right? And for two, I think that although you may have not liked Sunday school and you didn't push your daughter to go to Sunday school, but you made sure that she knew God. You understand?
Yeah.
And you made sure that she knew the importance of God. I think that.
Well, she went to a Christian school.
But I think it wasn't that we were defiant. I think that we found a different way of embracing it and doing it, right? Because we understood that, to be honest with you, in this modern world, our parents' way of doing things doesn't necessarily work because it's sort of old-fashioned, right?
I disagree, but go ahead.
Yeah. What I feel like is we sort of met it in the middle, right? Where it's like, yo, you ain't got to go to church every Sunday. As long as you have a relationship with God within yourself and you understand to live righteous, that's okay, right? I also think, just like our parents felt that the only way to succeed was go to school, get a degree, get a job. Whereas with us, it's like, yeah, go to school, get your degree, but it's okay for you to start your own business. You don't necessarily have to have a 9-to-5. You understand what I mean? Whereas for our parents, that was something that was so important, to have a job. So I think for us, yes, there's a lot of things we didn't like, but I think that we just found a different way to do those things because I know that, although, once again, like just like you, I wasn't fond of going to church, you know, and I didn't make sure that my kids went to church or anything like that. But I did make sure to instill that belief in God and the understanding of how important God is and religion. You know, although, yeah, church is definitely a component that can be helpful, but I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's absolutely necessary in order for you to have a relationship with a higher power.
So what I'm saying is, which I hear you, but I think we diluted it. I think it's like, you know, when you got that sweet Kool-Aid and you put some more water in it, we diluted it. We took some of the sugar out. And I think that a lot of old principles could still survive today, but we keep diluting and diluting. It's not just our parents. Like, you got to remember the generation that we came in. A lot of the kids, a lot of that generation, half of them is crack babies. Like, a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we forget about that. Like, it's not just us. It's other people that's alongside us in that generation. You know what I'm saying? Well, when you talk about the entrepreneur, my mother was an entrepreneur, so my mother didn't care if I went to school. She just wanted me to finish high school. She didn't care if I went to college, but I had to have a plan. You know what I'm saying? But what I will say is, you know that story when they say a rich man, a wealthy man to be, his son to be, what's that? How
They say hard times breed strong men. Strong men breed easy times. Easy times breed weak men. Weak men breed hard times, and then the cycle continues.
And I feel like that's what's happening, right? Our parents had those hard times, and then it became a little easy for us, and then our offspring, that's why we see, you know, one of the conversations I'm gonna get to today is like young love, like going into this. Because even, I wanna finish with the church.
Does that even exist?
No, I don't mean love in that kind of way, but we get to that.
Okay.
But let's go back to even the church thing, and you know, I think we diluted it a little bit. I think if we had a lot more people that's not feeling quote unquote spiritual and really got into their word or got into, you know, the fellowship of church. You know, look what the church did in the 60s with Martin Luther King and them. You know what I'm saying? Because of the church, the movement happened. They was able to galvanize the community. When that community got broken up, you know, when it came down to us after that, it was still like some church things going on, but now our communities are terrible out here.
But
right? And the only reason I'm saying that is if you look at, like, and we're gonna talk about the Jewish people this week too. if you look at the Jewish community, they still tighten it together, right? They get different laws, they passes for them, different things happen. I'm the same. When the church was in control of the neighborhoods, it was just different.
But are our churches making an effort to really?
That's another story too.
That's another thing.
But listen. So then you got some churches that they got these New Age church. They just do New Age things, right? So, and I ain't gonna get into that. So you got New Age church, and then you got some pastors who not really outside in the street. They still teaching the way of the old method instead of getting outside in front of the kids. Even my church, and I love my church. When I first went to my church, there were mad kids there, like mad youth. A lot of them kids grew up too, though, but it was mad youth. And it was a summer camp, this was that, and things over the years dissipated. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing, to me, it was nothing for the kids to do like that. You know what I'm saying? Even when I was growing up, I did mad church trips, mad, you know what I'm saying? That's when you get them cold chicken sandwiches with, you know what I'm saying? You get that fried chicken on that bread, you know what I'm saying? You get that corned beef sandwich, all that, the Kool-Aid, and we had a lot of fellowship within each other. So all the kids got to rub elbows, conversate, and deal with like-minded kids. Our neighborhoods don't got nothing like that. These kids don't even go outside, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, our time are coming up. Honestly, I think it was different. We had the Boys Club, we had PAL, we had the YMCA. You know, we had after-school programs. It's just not the same anymore. I think this is just a different time. I think kids have changed. You know, you had cartoons coming on at 3 o'clock. You had Saturday morning cartoons. Why? Because I feel like children were still children. Those were things that we still looked forward to. The kids these days, bruh, it's not the same anymore.
Yeah, but is it the kids or is it the adults that say, oh, no, they don't need that. Oh, no, we could do away with that. Oh, yeah, no, get rid of that community centers. We don't got to put those kids out. The working papers, the after school, what's that? What's the shit you work for every summer?
Summer youth.
Summer youth. Oh, now get rid of that. Oh, the church go, nah, we don't need to do nothing for the
Yeah,
weekends.
but I
like,
don't, I mean,
I think it's a
but
combination
since
of
when-
all like
but
these
since
kids.
when, let's be honest, since when have parents been in control of what goes on systematically?
No, you're right.
We haven't. It's just that you have to understand that we live in such a capitalist society that if these programs are benefiting the community but not really making the government any money, they're not priority.
No, you're right. But the people in the governments are also parents too. You can't exonerate them. They're parents too, right? Like it's just not happening across the board. So I'm not saying because they're in the government or they're in church. These are guys, people that's men and women that's are parents too. And people just keep allowing things to get chipped away. Like I said, we just keep diluting the Kool-Aid. Until you don't have Kool-Aid anymore, you just have a remnant of what used to be Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like,
All I know is children should get 2 educations, one at school and one in the home. Too many of our children don't receive an education in the home. Parents have to take accountability for that. You know, whatever could be going on out in the world, it's still no excuse for you not the parent.
No, I'm not telling you that's not an excuse. I think kids also get more than 2 educations. I think they should get it in the home. I think they should get it in the community. Because even when we were growing up, our community was different, bro.
Yeah.
I couldn't do nothing on my block.
But the world is changing. And
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but let's tell you.
And this is what I mean by the way our parents did it.
Even us, when I went to church, I still got chin checked at church. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When we were doing certain things at church, we couldn't fall asleep. There were certain disciplines that happened that I learned.
And your mom's wasn't the only one that could check you.
Check you. And this, like I said, we just kept diluting it and made these kids softer and softer. That's why nobody want to fight. Everybody want to go get the gun because you just got to be accountable. Like we made this nigga softer, bro.
I don't think we made them softer. I think society might have.
Yeah, but we're a part of the society. When I say we, I mean everything in a whole.
I don't think it's necessarily us. You have to understand that once the government started passing laws where parents can't even discipline their children in their home, you know, and it's not even giving the parents that knowledge, but it's making the kids aware of that to the point where you have children calling the police on their parents for abuse, then you're taking the power out of the parents' hands and putting it into the hands of the child.
That's why I just told you earlier. That's why I'm playing with all them therapists and all that, because niggas be put bad shit in your head. And then when the shit change, you become a whole different person. And you like, yo, wait a minute. Yeah, I came a whole different person, but it's not necessarily a better person or a better way. To me, a lot of those rules became because they was a better way. But everybody talking, when the jails are filled up, everybody like, oh, they animals. You know what I'm saying? But when you have more people be able to discipline their kids and fathers in the household, things was just different. Yeah, and you put out there, yo, we're gonna put child support at an all-time high. You don't regulate it or figure. I'm not saying child support is not good, but then you do some things for the father not to be in the home, or you know what I'm saying?
There's too many incentives for mothers to be single parents, bro. You know, and when I say that, definitely, if a father isn't taking care of his children, yes, there should be fail-safes in place to make sure that doesn't happen. But when you set up a system where the mother is pretty much rewarded for the father not to be in the home, when you have public assistance that pretty much the father can't be in the home in order for the mother to receive that. You know, listen.
We could go on and on about
exactly.
this. We can go on and on.
We can go on and on.
You know, since we here, I don't want. I like to jump all over the place, but I just want to stay here in a second. It's so funny. I was out this weekend. I was having some conversations with some young women. They were like from 19 to like 24, right? And it was some young men. I actually just walked in on the conversation. It was 4 young women, and it was like 2 or 3 young men, right? And I walked in and they said, yo, G, let me ask you a question. They was asking about like sex and stuff, right? So, yo, if a girl got mad by high body count, blah, 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 and the girl was like, one girl was like in her early 20s, probably about 20, 21. She's like, I slept with like 12 dudes already, right? And, and they had all, and this is not my first time hearing this from younger women. You know, one girl's like, yeah, yes, I do this, I give head this way. Yo, you crazy if you don't suck your man. I'm like, and I'm sitting back and I'm going, and I know this already, but I'm saying to myself, back in our time, you couldn't even.
This is crazy.
Like, that wouldn't even happen. Even if it was happening.
But this is. It's not even that. It's just that. And this is, Amber Rose came up with slut shaming and all of this. I just feel as if the bar morally has been lowered, right? That young lady doesn't even feel any shame to say, yeah, I eat ass, I suck dick, blah, 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 this. Like, everything isn't for the world to know. Like
no, but Mo, this is the crazy thing. I hear a lot of older women be like, I can do what men do, and if I want to sleep with mad dudes, and that's fine. I want to know if they feel that same way when they hear they 16-year-old, 19-year-old, 20-year-old saying, I got 20 bodies. I had sex. I slept with 20 dudes before the age of 20. I want to know if a young woman who hears that would think that's cool if her daughter was talking that way.
And I always say this. I
was just surprised.
The truest measure of right and wrong is what we would want for our children. Because we could sit here and say, oh yeah, you should. But then as soon as people go, oh yeah, but would that be cool for your kids? Nah. That's why I always say the truest measure of right and wrong is what we would want for our children. But it's just, and I know we can't fathom this right now, but I foresee this happening. You do know, I don't know if it'll be 10 years or 20 years. There will be a time, I foresee this, there will be a time that will come when a father will not even be able to police his daughter and her sex life. I see this coming. There's a time where it's going to be stop trying to control women's bodies. She has a right to do whatever it is that she wants, and as her father.
What do you mean by that?
You see how, like, your daughter's 16, 17, right? Mm-hmm. You can pretty much say, yo, you shouldn't be out there sleeping with this person or that person. Mm-hmm. I believe that there's a time that's going to come where they're going to come down on the dad like, yo, stop policing her body. Stop trying to control her body. You're being misogynistic. I really believe that this is where we're heading, bro.
It was just crazy, man. And all I left them with, I said, yo, listen, my homegirl, she works for MedRite. If y'all know what that is. It's, what's that shit called, Suave? Urgent care.
Urgent care.
And, I've been around her on like 3-4 separate occasions, man. And she's like, yo, man, today's a rough day. I had to tell like 4 kids that had HIV today, or, you know what I'm saying? I had to tell a pregnant mother she had HIV today. And I go, and she's like, yo, it's just running rampant. The numbers are so crazy in that 17 to 25-year-old gap. And she said, yo, it's like these kids are just like jackrabbits, and they just passing everything on. And I said, yo, they got super gonorrhea out there that you can't catch. And I'm not saying people our age.
With a cape?
Yeah, I'm not saying you stupid. I'm not saying people our age are not susceptible to these things. But I am saying in that age, in that pocket, these kids are just moving through each other. You know what I'm saying? So young ladies, be careful out there. I'm gonna tell my young men to be careful. The reason why I say young ladies, because maybe I just got a thing because I got a daughter, a soft spot because I got a daughter. And my son, I don't have a son, but if I had a son, I probably, but for my daughter, I'm like, yo, if my daughter came home and said, yo, Dad, I got 20 bodies at 20-something years.
Oh, my goodness.
I'd be like, oh, my God, Jesus Christ, what are you talking about?
Oh, my goodness. We all going to church.
Let's go.
You know what's crazy? On that note,
yo, I don't know, bro.
On that note, I saw something circulate in social media. Mm-hmm. I forgot what city or state this was in, but a teacher was arrested for having a sexual relationship with this 16-year-old boy, mm-hmm. and the father was also arrested. The boy's father was also arrested because he knew about the relationship and never said nothing. He was like, yo, man, what you want me to do?
And it's funny, but it's not funny.
It's not funny. It's
not funny, but it's funny because I could hear some dudes be like, yo, my short, he knocked it out. What am I supposed to?
How would you feel about that?
I would still think it's wrong.
I would too.
I would still think it's wrong. I would laugh with my friends and be like, yo, this nigga was knocking off the teacher. I had to be honest. Like, I had to be totally honest.
Oh, but what if the tables were turned and it was your daughter and her teacher?
I'd be mad. You wouldn't. There would be no laughing at no table with nobody with my dudes.
It's still molestation, bro.
No, it is. But
and it's still your child being taken advantage of.
No, I hear, well, was he really taking advantage of? I don't know. Maybe supply, I don't know. We just look at, and men just got different, and I'm not saying that it's not molestation on both sides, but I'm saying to you, we look at our boys totally different than our girls.
But should we?
In some cases, I think. I think some cases you look at girls different than boys too.
Because
I would be more harder on my son if I had a son than I'd probably be more harder on my daughter.
Because
it's different. I probably deal with my daughter with more care and more sensitivity because
Yeah,
I know what the world got for my
but
son.
are
So we
we-
deal with to me, I would deal with both of those.
are we saying that at 16 the young boy has more of a mental capacity to protect himself than the young girl?
No. I'm not saying just in that case. I'm talking about in every case. Like, it would have been wrong across the board. But I could die for
But
me.
but you wouldn't be angry.
I could digest it.
You would be angry.
No, I would be angry. But I also be like, I'd be telling my like, this nigga knocking off the cheese. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be laughing like, yo, you can believe this shit. Yo, this bitch gotta get arrested. I still be like that, but it's a different construct for me.
So what if your son said, Dad, we could run our capacity?
Hell no, I'll never do that with my son.
Oh,
Are you
okay.
crazy? That's the most disgusting. If I had a son, I'm not running no train with my son.
Okay,
Like, yo,
I'm just
that
curious.
sounds crazy, man.
I'm just curious.
You out your mind, bro. Anyway, in New York, I see that they raising the tunnel prices.
Here we go.
They just raised them today. I'm not sure what they raised them because I saw the report today and I just kind of skipped it. I was like, yo, I can't, because they about to put
I don't need this negativity in my life.
they're about to put the tolls in the city.
In the city.
And then they raise up the tunnel prices at the same time.
You know what's crazy? So I went, I had to go to Jersey today, and I was wondering, so when they put this toll in the city, would I have to pay the toll once I cross the bridge and then have to pay another toll?
Yeah, if you
after
coming
I come
from
out
Jersey,
the Holland Tunnel?
it's an extra they lower it $5, so I think it's $15.
It's $15 for cars.
Yeah, but it goes down to $5 if you're coming from Jersey into the city.
No, but what if I'm coming from...
It goes down, it takes off $5.
What if I'm coming from Brooklyn, coming into the city to go to Jersey?
I don't know.
Oh.
Excuse me, I don't know. I don't know. And I don't think it charges you. If you coming into the city and you going to the tunnel, I think, like, say you're going to the Lincoln Tunnel, you can take the West Side Highway. It won't charge you on the West Side Highway. It's when you come into the inner blocks
Okay.
or something like that. You know what I mean?
I know it's like Soho to like 60 to
67th Street. So I think if you stay on the West Side Highway, you cool. Or like the, what's that called? The FDR, if you stay on there, then you cool. But if you go inside, that's when
Okay. Oh, yeah, because it's congestion pricing, so it's to reduce traffic.
Yeah, but which is still kind of tricky, right? To me, because you know how you come off of Brooklyn? I'm sorry for the people that's not in New York. How you come off the Manhattan Bridge and you take Canal down 6, and then you go into the Holland. Like, you still gotta go in.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So I don't. So me, it probably got to take Canal straight. I don't know, bro. I don't know how they doing it, but I know they out there. You know what I'm saying? I know that the readers are already up. So you know what I mean. So I don't know how they doing it, but yeah, they went up on that today in New York City, which is crazy. Also in New York City and Brooklyn, the Jewish people out on Eastern Parkway. Did you see this? The tunnel that they was building.
Secret tunnel?
The secret tunnels they built on there. And it was so crazy. It was this guy.
The secret tunnel of Ismael and Rabael.
Yo, it was this guy, he was tweeting the last couple of months. Yo, I think there's Jews digging a tunnel under my house. He said, because I don't have a basement, but I hear people speaking Yiddish under my floor. And he kept tweeting it, and people probably would have thought he was kind of crazy or nuts, but he kept tweeting this thing out. Come to find out, it's really people digging the tunnel. Some people, it's all kind of speculation. I don't know what's happening, man, but it was alleged that they were building a tunnel from the COVID time so they could still get to the sanctuary, to their temple.
So, question: why do they need to try to do that underground? Why they couldn't just?
Because you remember, people couldn't go. You couldn't go into churches and stuff like that and worship at that time.
Yo, bro, we
Some
saw
people say-
3,000-4,000 Jews having parties during the pandemic.
Hold up. Some people said they found mattresses. There was other things going on down there.
I saw the mattress come out and it was stained, and there was a high chair down there.
Yeah, people saying other things was going on there. Some people was alleging that they had like beef and stuff like that was happening back and forth. I don't know. It was alleged a lot of things. But I do know that the New York City NYPD came in and tried to fill up all the holes. because of the structure.
And they wasn't having it?
And they wasn't having it. They was not having it, bro. So I don't know what's going on down there in them tunnels. But you know what I could tell you, though, on that part of Eastern Park? I used to date a girl back in the days. Shout out to Shamika, man. I used to date this girl when I was a kid. And she lived on one of those houses right off of like Kings Highway and like Eastern Parkway. Homes is big as crazy. I don't know if you ever been inside one of them houses over there. But they had secret passageways in the house to go like into other buildings and stuff. She said that was like from wartime or something like that. But you can go into other buildings from little secret doors, cubbies. It was like crazy. So it's always been some secret stuff going on.
So y'all used to play hide and seek in her house?
We didn't play hide and seek, but yeah, we used to play around in the house and go to the separate rooms. She used to show me some stuff in her crib. It was so funny. Can't remember his name. Davis, that's what's his name. Remember the guy that got killed inside City Hall? He was about to run for mayor?
Yeah.
That was her uncle.
What was his name again?
Some Davis.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Can't remember. He was a cool brother too. I remember me and her, we never did nothing, like we was kids. We was like, that was like you know, I was like in high school, like freshman. And I used to go to his house all the time. I used to go to her grandmother's house. And he always used to help, like ask me to come help him, like do stop the gun things, speeches and stuff like that. I was like, man, they killed me in studio. I'm out here what you do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but he was, James Davis? Yeah. He was definitely a cool brother. I used to see him,
brother.
Yeah, he used to come and see his mom all the time, and I used to be at the house all the time. And yeah, she was cool. But they always lived secret cubbies and houses and things inside the house over there. So, listen, man, I don't know.
Things you can get away with when you're not black.
They said 10 people got arrested, though. Most of them was missing me. I think it was one felony.
Sure they did.
And the rabbi going down there getting all them out tomorrow, bro. Bet believe that. So, yeah, I don't know what was going on down there, but, yeah, man. Yeah. In other news, they also saying right now there will be no more testing for marijuana for employment in the state of California. Which I'm surprised, because California been like one of the states that been having like people smoking marijuana legally for a while.
Yeah.
I thought they would have been had that.
Nah, I mean it takes a while.
Takes a while.
It's culture, you know what I mean? Culture's changing. But it's to be expected. I hope every other state follows suit, because how can you penalize someone for doing something that's now legal?
Yeah, and other New York City news as well. I don't know if you've seen the story been going around. Mayor Adams had some kids move out of a public school over this last storm we just had this week, and move migrants in. Basically told them they had to go homeschool, and said, yo, look, the migrants got to get off the street. It's bad weather coming, and they need a place to stay. So they took a school, gave everybody notice the day before, and told them, hey, don't bring your kids to school, and they got to homeschool.
I mean, I'm torn as far as what I think, as far as that's concerned. I mean, for one, I don't think that our kids and their education should be sacrificed. The children's education is very important. It should be made a priority. But at the same time, I do understand that these migrants don't have anywhere to be, and it's also, you know, it's inhumane to have them outside during that bad weather. So I'm torn, man. I'm torn.
Yeah, I do feel that. I don't know what, you know, I've seen people saying they could have put them in hotels and stuff like that. From my knowledge, I think a lot of these hotels are booked up with migrants now. So I don't know, you know, what should have been done. I don't know how you tell a parent also, like, look, your kid got a homeschool tomorrow. If you don't got a babysitter or you don't got a place to stay, a place for the kid to stay, what are you supposed to do? Take off work and lose money? When we in an economy that you really can afford to do nothing like that. So it's like but at the same time, I go, yeah, the storm was real bad. It's cold outside, raining, and you do have people on the street that's possibly gonna die. It's still a human life, whether you a citizen or not. I don't want to see people die neither. So I don't know, man. Maybe they could have found a YMCA or something to put them in or something like that. They could have found some other city Put them in City Hall. Like, you know,
That's not.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Put them somewhere else. I don't know, man. And tell the workers they can work from home. I'm pretty sure they would have loved to work from home instead of doing it to the kids. Yeah, we got to figure this out in New York City, man. We got to figure this out. We have to figure it out at some point. Yeah, we just got to figure it out. Oh, I saw this other interesting story before I go on to anything else. It was a dude that had a dog. Now, I'm a dog lover. I had a couple of dogs in my life. And dog do some crazy things. But his dog ate $4,000 in cash. And you know what he did?
What did he do?
After the dog threw up most of the money and pooped the rest of the money, he put all the money back together. And he was able to salvage $3,550. So he lost 50 out of the 400. But you had to see it. It was all taped up, crumbled up. Like, yo, this guy should be like the puzzle maker of the century, bro. He must have really needed that bread, sir.
I don't want to be the person at the bank that has to change those bills.
Yeah, you can change the bills after you tape them up, right?
Yeah.
Like
Once he tape them up, he could take them to the bank.
Yeah.
They'll change the bills.
They change the bills out. So, yeah, that's some shit. That's some shit. Yo, quick question, Mo. How long you think it should take before, I was about to get here, before you ask a girl to marry her if you was dating her?
I don't think time's a factor. I don't believe time is a factor. I think you just got to go with your instinct, man. And I also believe that it also has a lot to do with what stage you are in life. When you're in your 20s, when you're younger, I think you have the luxury of taking more time to get to know that person. But I think that, as you get older in life, I think you date with more intention, and you kind of know what you want. And I think it may happen quicker. Not saying it always will, but as you get older.
Yeah, I really don't know the answer. I asked you the question, but I don't really know the answer. I think you should get married when you feel like it's time to get married for you. If that's a year, if that's 6 months, if it's 10 years. Some people like 10 years, that's crazy. Some people just not ready.
Now, see, but this is my thing. If you and someone are compatible, whether you ask them to marry you after a year or whether you ask them to marry you after 3 years, aren't you going to get the same result? And if y'all aren't compatible, whether you ask them to marry you after 3 years, whether you ask them to marry you after 10 years, aren't you going to get the same result?
Yeah, I really don't know the answer to that. But like I said, like I always tell you, hopefully when I get married, I don't expect to get divorced. So for me, I just want to be sure of who I'm with.
You can never be sure, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, well, I think, I to a point, that I think to a certain degree is anything in life can happen. But for me, I just want to be sure where I'm comfortable. And some people say, why would you stay with her for 5 or 10 years if you're not sure? Some of us get comfortable with being with that person, or that person might get comfortable with being with us, or it might just work for us in that space, and it might not work for marriage. But yeah, I think it's a conversation that you and your partner should have on the expectations of what marriage look like for both of you guys, how long engagement take, and I think y'all should weigh it out at that point, right? If you go 10 and she go 3, you might got to meet in the middle at 5.
These days, women ain't waiting 10 years to get married.
Or she might say, yo, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? So I think y'all have to have constant conversations of what that look like and what that feel like, and I think y'all take it from there. If you ask me my opinion in that, you know what I mean? So that's what I would say. In other news today, in Switzerland, I just saw today that they are saying that they now have a suicide pod, and it's legal.
Suicide pod.
So you can go down and commit suicide and take your life if you don't feel like being here no more in Switzerland, and it's legal.
Is there a fee?
I don't know if they charge you, maybe. Everybody charges for something.
Yeah, I don't see.
They charge you to die. That's crazy, right? Yeah, give me $1,000 so you can kill yourself. Like, that's
Take
crazy.
you out your misery.
I'm not surprised at this, though, the suicide pod.
Life is hard.
Now, I'm not even saying that. They allow people to do everything else, right? You could be a bird, you could be a dog, you could identify as you a dead person now if you want. So,
Hey.
and I'm not making no fun of suicide. I'm just saying this might be legal everywhere. They trying to get rid of people all the time, so this might be their way.
Where do we draw the line?
Yeah, it ain't no drawing no lines out here. Crazy thing I've been seeing for the last week, Mo. I don't know if you've been seeing it. There was a crazy incident in a Miami mall, like last week or the week before last. And now you got conflicting people saying that they saw aliens, they saw
9 to 10 foot creature.
10-foot creatures. Police is saying that it wasn't that, it was a gang. You got gang.
But did you see how many cop cars was outside that goddamn mall, bro? I don't believe that some kids fighting. Like, it was literally like 40 cop cars.
Not only that, they
mall.
stopped all the planes from flying. They shut down the airports. Like, I don't know, bro. Then I seen some other footage people putting up. I seen Tyrese put up. I seen H General put it up of it looked like a black hole in the sky, like some dimensional jump off with a spaceship in the middle of it. I don't know what's
I
happening.
can't wait for it to happen. Bring it on.
Why you can't wait for it to happen?
Cause I'm looking forward to some change, man.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something else, but okay. You know what I thought you were gonna say?
What?
You looking forward so you ain't gotta pay no bills for the
Yeah,
next
that
month?
too. Yeah. I mean, that'd be great. Maybe bills will stop for a couple of months.
I don't think they stopping no bill. Uncle Sam with his money regardless of what. They just ain't stopping no bread. Yeah, but that'd be crazy, bro. If we get, I think they set this up. I think it's coming like any day, anything. I just want to know, aliens, can y'all do me a favor? Why y'all never pop out like in the middle of New York City? Why you never pop out with people like that show? Remember that movie? It was Forever Wars. That's what it's called?
War of the Worlds?
Nah, I think it was called Forever. Was it called Forever Wars? It was something crazy. I was watching it the other day. It was a Netflix movie. When Homeboy they was watching a soccer game and they came from the future to tell people in the past.
Oh, okay. They had to go fight the aliens in the future. And they all just came in the middle of the field.
Yeah. I think we should have like aliens just pop up in the middle of a basketball. Guess what?
At the Super Bowl.
At the Super Bowl. Just pop out. Just stop playing. Stop pussyfoot. Because I feel like your aliens are like girls that be acting like they want to have sex.
He's saying stop fronting.
Yeah, I want to give you some. No, I don't want to give you some. Nah, touch me here. No, touch me next week. No, just come out and full on. Just had an orgy already, my nigga. Just pop out, bro. Like, just pop out, man. Like, stop.
Go for it.
Yeah, just go for it. Stop teasing us already, man. Just come out. If you're going to be there, just be there. Just be nice, please.
The government's up to something. That's all I
Be
can
nice.
say.
Be nice, man. I don't know what's going on. And some other crazy news, too. Airlines and Alaskan Airlines. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
They said a part of the plane blew out.
Mm-hmm. The door.
The door. Nobody died, thank God.
That's how you know movies are BS. Because
I don't
whenever
think
that happens.
I don't think they was that high up.
Oh, okay.
They had just took off.
No, but that's not the first time that's happened. And the planes have landed. That BS you see in movies where it suck everybody out. That shit, it's movie shit. You know, I'm gonna tell you, it's exactly like, you know how like in movies, somebody walk up behind somebody and hit them behind the neck like this, and they get knocked out unconscious. I really feel like the writers years ago all sat in the room and were like, yo, we need to find an easy way to get people to like get into places. Yo, let's all agree. If you hit somebody behind the neck, they get knocked out. Okay. Like, it's a fiction agreed upon.
But I still would have been scared shitless. You saw the niggas that was sitting like damn near right by the hole of the plane. Yo. And they gave them $1,500 each and refunded them full their tickets. That's what they got each. They had to give me more than that.
Yo,
especially if I was sitting by that door.
I would have still.
I'd have been screaming.
Should have sued because that's trauma, bro.
Y'all niggas talk about trauma.
You could be afraid to get.
That's real trauma. That's real trauma. If you want to talk about trauma, that's some real trauma, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a person that don't like the window seat.
Yeah, it's trauma. Yeah, me, I'm a window seat nigga too. That's crazy. That's real trauma. I got a crazy question for you. Do you think nowadays we're leaving relationships too early?
Once again, all a matter of opinion, you know, because I think some people leave too early, but I also think some people stay too long. You know, so it's all a matter of perspective, and it's all depending on the relationship. You know, I think that anyone that's in a relationship where your partner is no longer putting in effort, or your partner becomes too comfortable.
I think the dating games, you know me, I'm outside when it comes to the dating game. I think people, including myself sometimes, we don't give people a chance. And I mean, we so caught up in our own personal shit that we don't give people a shot. And sometimes we just cut people off. Like,
Yeah,
I
but
think the older I get, the less tolerance I have.
But I think that also comes from a place of fear. I think that also comes from a place of past traumas. I think the more that you go through, the quicker it is to see someone's actions as a red flag, right?
Yeah, but I just think we got too many red flags on the floor. Like, everybody just throwing a red
Yeah.
flag. Like, hey, we just throw a red flag. We're not even giving people time out to figure out who people are. And I think that's why some of us, when we don't see red flags, or we just tend to go with people that we dislike, I dislike that person. And then when you start getting deep into the relationship, now everything starts to come out. And you're like, yo, I don't really like this person. Oh, this person is like this, because we just accepting of it. And I think sometimes if we give certain people that have different viewpoints than us, or different feelings for them, so really hear people out, I think we could probably build more. I think we trying to look for so many people that's our quote unquote soulmates and things that just fit. We don't want to work to make something work and build together.
I mean, I hear that, but I also believe that we are, we're a byproduct of every experience we've had in life. And the truth is, I think it's very difficult as an adult to give someone a totally fair chance and to start off on a clean slate because of the things that we have been through. You know, we may not totally live in our past, but there are things that may trigger us. There are things that that person may do, you know, that may make us think back to an experience that we went through with someone else. And we may not totally judge this person, but in somewhere in our subconscious, it's like, chances are this is what's gonna happen. You know, and I think that's what messes us up a lot of times. Of course, you shouldn't ignore your experiences because that's how you learn life. But I think it's a really difficult balancing act of learning from your experiences, but also understanding that each person is an individual. You know, and although you may see similarities in people in your present and people in your past, it doesn't necessarily mean that
Well,
they're
listen,
the same.
man, I tell people this all the time. I think I said it before on the show. I think people are like a deck of cards, right? Like, if you play spades or even something that's like Uno, just because you have the same cards in your hand doesn't mean that person to the left of you or the right of you is going to play it the same exact way. So meaning that you can meet somebody that talks like somebody or may have some traits of somebody, doesn't mean they're going to treat you the same way that other person treats you. I really try not to bring past relationship issues into a new relationship.
Because you got to think about this. You have people who literally will go, no, I'm not dating Sagittariuses because I dated a Sagittarius in my past and they did me dirty. You understand? And now they have this judgment of every person that's that sign because of that. Or they go into dealing with that person, with anyone that falls under that horoscope umbrella.
I see dudes do it. I think some dudes be like, yo, I ain't dating no black woman. Because this black woman is like, what? Like, you can't judge every woman off of one woman experience that you had with another woman. Like, you can't judge, you can't do that. Like, that don't make any sense to me, but people do it all the time. So, I'm kind of confused with it. But I do think we date too fast. Like, we just like give up too fast. And I'm not talking about things that are deal breakers for you. I'm just talking about not even giving a person the chance to wow you or You know, we just looking for this perfect thing when we walk into the door.
Yo, bro, I used to be the cutoff king. Like,
Oh, I know. Trust
yo,
me. I heard
yo,
all the stories.
the
I be like, yo,
craziest-
Mo, why you?
Yo, bro.
Why? She did what?
The craziest story. I went on a date with this woman.
Mm-hmm.
We went to a restaurant, got something to eat. It was cool. We left the restaurant. We walking down the block. She tripped and she fell. And I looked at her on the floor, and that was it, bro. Like,
You left her there?
it's not I left her there. I just couldn't mess with her no more. Like, I was turned off.
Because she fell. See, and this is why I'm telling you. And this is exactly
but
what I mean.
Also understand that this was quite some time
No, but I'm
ago.
just saying. But that's what, it be little things like that. The person be like, oh, I ain't messing with that person no more.
Yo,
That's the
bruh.
craziest thing in the
Yo,
world,
bruh.
bro.
Like, I don't know. It's just the way she fell and she was like, I was just like, oh,
Yo, like she clumsy. She just gonna.
It wasn't even her being clumsy. It was just, I don't know.
Did you help her?
Yeah, I helped her up and everything. But after that, it was a wrap. Like, no, I can't mess with you.
Yo,
Like-
listen, I've seen some joints. I see some joint in my day, B. People just be leaving for anything nowadays. That's why nobody gonna have nobody in a second. Niggas is our generation gonna be the old. We're gonna have mad old people by
Yo,
themselves, bro.
Listen, and I thought about that. There are gonna be so many lonely people in the future. It's crazy because people gonna be dating at 60.
Yeah, no, they definitely are, man. They definitely are. So I got some sex questions today. I just want to bring up, and please, y'all feel free to answer these questions or chime in. Have you ever went down on a girl on her menstrual?
I don't think so.
That's disgusting if you did, bro.
I don't think so. And the reason I say I don't think so, the reason, listen, is because, you know, menstrual lasts a certain amount of time. And then, yeah, I don't think so.
Yo, that gotta be the most nastiest thing in the world, man. Yo, I was talking about a dude the other day. He's like, yeah, I eat my girl out when she got her. What? You do
Yeah,
what?
that's
You do
kinda-
what?
that's-
Like you asked for this?
Because when you're saying that, like, I'm thinking, see, I'm trying to give an honest answer, right? So you have times when a woman may still be on her period, but
No, I'm talking
there's
about
nothing
deliberately.
there.
I'm talking about deliberately
Oh, no.
going down there and going, yo, I don't care if you got your period today. I don't care what you got. And women, how do you feel about, please leave it in the comments, how do you feel about men that just don't care? Do you let them do that? Or do you care? Like, do you kiss them after? Like, what is that, bro?
But I will say this. My partner, my woman, nothing about her could be nasty to me.
I beg to differ. Yo, Tigo
Yeah,
just walked in here.
None about her could be nasty. to me.
Tigo, have you ever went down on a girl while she had menstrual?
Tico, like, nigga, I'm Caribbean. I'm West Indian, man.
Suave, how about you, Suave? Suave mad quiet over here. Suave look like the type of
Yo,
nigga that
he
would
said
do it.
Suave that quiet.
Yeah, Suave look like the type of, he didn't even flinch when I say. He licked his lip. He like,
I don't want to be eating no corn.
Yeah, he said, "Ooh, how you know it tastes like corn?" Suave.
yo, Suave, that's crazy to me. Like, yeah, I can't. Oh my God. Yeah, I can't. I just can't. Sorry. Just not me. Not happening. And I think a girl that let a guy do that, she nasty, just like she nasty as hell. Like, how you just let a dude just go, yeah, go eat that?
I don't know, bro. Like, for me, if that's the person you see, it's different.
I
If
don't
it's
care
just-
if it's
yo,
my
bro,
wife for 50
nah,
years, B.
I don't know. Listen, for me, that union of husband and wife,
Well,
nothing about my wife could ever
Well,
be
we know
nasty.
who eats some coochie when they got the period, the menstrual.
Nah, never done it before, but
Yeah,
what I'm
he
saying
will,
is,
though.
He said, you will.
He will,
Oh,
though.
you're a fool.
He definitely will, though.
None about my wife could ever be nasty. Bro.
I hear you. That's well, that one I'm picking. That's nasty to me. I'm not. Nah, it's not happening. It's just not happening, bro. Oh God, I don't. Even, I want to stop the show.
He said, "I want to stop the show. This guy's crazy."
I want to stop the show. Let me go to something that I love, a subject that I love. What's the best way for you to get head?
Yo, why do I feel like this is an ongoing question?
Hey,
or
listen, man.
theme
Sometimes
on
we
this
gotta have
show?
our sex questions. Like, You like a lot of spit. You like.
Yo, sometimes these questions make me uncomfortable.
Why do they make you uncomfortable?
Because I don't.
Ladies want to know.
Bro, I don't want to have this conversation with you. What? But anyway, slow, sloppy. Yeah.
Suave said filthy.
Yeah, you know, she got to be into it.
Me, I like. I had a girl that gave me some sloppy head before. She just kept telling me, I got mad spit. Yo, it felt like she was throwing up with her spit. It was just too much spit. Sometimes it could be too much spit. Some brothers say they can't be. Yo, when I was finished, it went through my sheet, through my finish sheet, through the mess. It was just way too much, bro. It was way too much. It took a towel, not a rag, to get it all up, bro.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That was too much. That was way too much, bro.
Nah, no such thing.
That was way too much spit. I do like my nuts held though when you're doing it.
This is what I mean about.
Yeah, I like that though.
There's a discomfort with these
Why
conversations.
is it discomfort? I like that. I like that. I'm letting
Because
the
I don't
ladies
want to
know.
hear you.
I'm letting the
All
ladies
right.
know, bro.
I don't need to know that.
I'm letting the ladies know.
All right, there you
That's
go.
what I like. And I don't like eating women on a menstruals. It's not happening, bro. I don't know where they do that at.
Where they do
What,
that.
look, people here with Tico. People do that.
I'm sure. These days, I'm sure there's a whole club of guys who like to do that out there.
Since we're on the topic with the relationships and all that, what do you feel about lopsided relationships?
Lopsided.
Meaning that one person is putting in more than the other one in the relationship.
Well, this is what I always say, right? Love is a two-way street. And if it's one way, that isn't love. That's called stupidity. You know, I always say that that's my issue with a lot of women these days. I feel that a lot of women don't want to be loved. They want to be admired. And the reason I say admired is because admiration doesn't require reciprocation. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of women don't want love. They just want a man to admire them and cater to them. But in the same breath, they don't necessarily want to reciprocate that. And I feel that that's just a setup for failure.
Yeah.
There's no longevity in that, unless you are a sadomasochist that likes to be beaten and likes pain and likes to be mistreated.
Well, for me, lopsidedness in a relationship is never no good for whoever is on the other end of that, right? And for me, I just think we got to start placing people in different areas in our life. And I even mean that for friendship. Like, it just don't have to be it just don't have to be in like
Intimate relationships.
intimate relationship. It can even be in business. Sometimes we allow people just to keep taking and taking, or you keep pouring into a person, and next thing you know, you have nothing else to give because nobody poured nothing back into you. And when it's lopsided, it's very important that somebody is pouring into you because you can continuously be able to give. You don't want to exhaust nobody until the point where they can't give you anything anymore because the relationship was so one-sided. You know what I'm saying? So for me, whether it's business, whether it's personal, whether it's, intimate, for me, it just can't be. And I'm not telling you that we can't be cool or I just can't have you in my space in that capacity.
Yeah, no.
You have to be in another, you have to be, maybe your acquaintance. I deal with you every once in a blue moon. I just can't have you in my circumference all the time.
And I believe that there's a degree of disrespect that's in every lopsided relationship. I think that's the bottom line. And me as someone who totally values respect, and that's both ways, giving and receiving. I can't do the lopsided thing. It just doesn't. It doesn't make sense, and I don't think that in the long run it doesn't benefit anyone. And the reason I say it doesn't benefit anyone is because even the person that's receiving, what it does is it sets an unrealistic expectation.
No, I definitely think so. And that could kind of just bleed into my next thing is people that that you seem to be close to sometime to me have less value for you as they get closer for you. That right? Hold on.
I know what you mean. What you're saying is, it seems that the people that are closest to you are the ones that people seem to value the least.
Yes.
Right? And I have something that I always say, which is, and I really believe that it's a flaw of the human condition, right? It's just a flaw as far as human character. And you can think of it this way, because I call it the old toy syndrome, right? Where you think about a child, you bring home a new toy, they play with the toy, 3 weeks, they play with it a month, like every single day. And then after that, you can find the toy in the back of the closet. You may find it under the bed. They really don't give it no more attention. But let you take that toy and try to give it to another child, they gonna go crazy. And the reason being is because they still love the toy. It's just that they know it's theirs. And because they know it's theirs, they feel that they don't have to give it attention anymore.
Yeah,
you know,
sorry.
it's against the law of physics, right? Two things can't occupy the same space at the same time. So you actually cannot want what you have, right? So I can want the phone because it's not in my hand. If it's now in my hand, I no longer want it. I now have it. So, and I think that that's one of the toughest things as you grow older, going through relationships and partnerships, and even, like you said, platonic relationships that aren't intimate, is learning to continue to appreciate that person,
Yeah.
although they give you full access to them.
Yeah, I've seen, shout out to Hood. I seen Hood say this, and this is why I brought it up. He was talking about, you know, sometime when you got a artist, and you could do the world for them. And, you know, people that have less access to, say like a Kevin Beggs.
They're more grateful for.
And Kevin Beggs may do one thing for you, right?
And he's the greatest person
He's the greatest
in the world
person in your life. But for the person that was there for you every day, looked out for you, you don't value him as much as the Kevin Beggs. You talk about Kevin Beggs all day, but you won't never talk about that person. I think when he said that to me, it resonated to me because I see that a lot in my life, whether it's relationship, business, personal. I see that a lot. And people don't give you the credit or give you the value when you go through life-altering shit with them all the time. And sometimes somebody else will come and play hero for one moment, and they be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Yo, that person did blah, blah, blah. And you be like, nigga, I'm standing right here. Or, bitch, I'm standing right here. Like, you don't see me? Like, I've been with you for thick and thin. Like, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, it resonated when he said that to me, And, yeah, and I think that's what went into the question about lopsided relationships, too. Because sometimes when people don't value you, they also don't put into you what you're worth. You know what I'm saying? But they give somebody 125% of their time that they couldn't get access to before, and they give them 155%. And it's like, damn, you gave that nigga 155%. I asked you to do this, and you couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying to you? So it's just crazy to me.
But I think that unfortunately, like, that just comes with people growing comfortable. You know, we do it to our partners. And it's so funny because, I don't know, I could say yes and no as far as friendships are concerned, right? Because a lot of times, I mean, I know I have friendships, you know, some 5 years, some 10 years, some 15 years, 20, 30 years. And I know a lot of my lifelong friendships, I still appreciate these people. You know what I mean? And I try not to take them for granted, right? But in the same breath, I do realize that that's not always the case, right? Because the more something is at your access, the more used to it you get, the more it becomes normal, the more you sort of don't even realize it's there anymore. You get what I'm saying?
No, I totally get it. I think
it's like, not to cut you off, but it's like you get your car, right? Brand new car. You love your car, blah, blah, blah. But then after a while, you just looking, because you're so used to it, it's like, okay, it's my car. But then there's someone out there that's looking like, damn, I wish I could have that car because they don't have it.
Have it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think in this big grown age that I am now, I'm more mindful of that. Now, I think when I was younger, I could have been accused of those things of doing that. But in this age that I am now, I try to be more mindful. Like, nah, that's my nigga or that's my chick. Like, nah, I can't do that. Like, I'm always gonna go with that person before I go with the person that just came in through. Like, to me, now that's just who I am at this point in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, you know, I told somebody this the other night, it had nothing to do with nothing. I was like, if I'm with this particular female and somebody else come around, like, I'm paying attention to this female. Like,
Yeah, at this age, time increases value. It doesn't decrease value.
Yeah, it's different. You know, when my friends come around, like, nah, these are my dudes forever. Like, hell no, I'm not this. Yeah, I appreciate you, but I gotta be, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just in this age, but when I was younger, I could have probably did some whack shit. So yeah, you know.
But I think that comes with, you know, with growing older and maturing, you come to realize what's truly important in life. You understand what I mean? And I think these days, people overlook the importance and the value of genuine love, man.
Yeah, definitely. Nah,
like genuine love is one of the hardest things to come across, you know, on this planet, and that's whether it's coming from a woman, that's whether it's coming from your counterpart, a business partner, a friend, like somebody genuinely dealing with you a certain way because they sincerely care about you, bro. Like, that shit is priceless, man, and it's to be valued no matter what.
Yeah. Well, on another note, because you know, we're about to wrap up in a second, I just want to let y'all know, please do not buy. I know this is just totally left field coming out of that conversation.
The Ford?
Don't buy a Ford or any of these electronic cars that are coming up, because now what Ford is going to be able to do, if you don't make your payment on your Ford car, they could now start shutting off different things. They could
Kill switch.
They could turn off your AC. They could turn off your radio, and then the car can drive back to Ford on its own. I wonder if it could drive. What if you lock it in your garage? It can't get out your garage. They ain't gonna have like a garage over there.
Well, listen, that OnStar, that GPS tracker, they could find it regardless of whatever.
Yeah, so I think that's like an invasion of privacy though when somebody do that. But you know, well, this is what these.
It isn't, because what happens is when you sign that finance contract, it's a contract that states that you will have possession of this vehicle as long as you make these payments. Once you don't make the payment, then you breach the contract. So it's no longer your property.
No, I hear you, bro. But for somebody, I don't know, just to turn off your AC, turn off your heat. You got kids.
I mean, they're gonna make it hot for you.
Literally and figuratively. So a lot of these electronic cars, they having these kill switches and these return back to base switches in them. Yeah, be careful what you buying in the future, man. The future is not going to be in your hands. It's going to be in somebody else's. So
hopefully, none of us will miss no payments.
Yeah. And lastly, new study shows if you stay up later, you have the possibility to die younger. Now, I don't know why. I just saw this. So I'm just telling you, put your ass to bed early. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's funny because I used to stay up all night.
So now many studies, not enough time.
Yeah, now I go to bed early. But, yo, check this out, man. This is another episode
of Brooklyn Boys Radio.
Shout out to the Woodstack again.
Woodstack 8.
And remember, always come through for Woodstack gear. Go on the Woodstack website. The sneakers right here I just got from Woodstack. Yeah, so shout out to the Woodstack. Shout out to Tico. You know what I mean? Suave, we don't care about you. You should have called police and got your report. So fuck Suave, but y'all can wish him well wishes if y'all want to.
Brooklyn,
we out.
Out.